Okay, and we are live. ¿Qué tal, amigos? Stuart here from Spain Speaks with another live stream. The 14th of September, 7:35 p.m. coming to you from the outskirts of Madrid. Another mixed day as far as the weather is concerned here. A little bit cloudy, a little bit sunny, bit of rain as well. So plenty of things in the mix as far as the weather is concerned. We're going to have a look at some of the main stories that have caught my attention, as I normally do in these live streams. News that has caught my attention in the press here in Spain. Also some comments that have been left on the channel recently, primarily on the last live stream's video comment section. We'll check out some of those, and then in the second half of today's live stream we'll go into the chat section, which I have here to my right, and check out what is happening there in the chat section. Lots of people already, I have noticed, have left a chat comment, so if you're watching, say hello. First piece of news here today, and it is that the Partido Popular calls for a huge rally against amnesty in Madrid's Plaza de España. Mobilization is one of the fundamental objectives that the PP is seeking, with the huge demonstration that it has called for on the 24th of September in Madrid, so that society can show its rejection of the possibility that Pedro Sánchez will grant amnesty to those convicted for the 1st of October illegal referendum in order to perpetuate himself in power. The Popular Party of Madrid is even committed to putting 200,000 people in the streets if necessary, and is now looking for a space that can host this event prior to the investiture of Alberto Núñez Feijóo under the slogan "In Defense of the Equality of Spaniards." The space chosen will be the Plaza de España in the center of the capital. So the call is out for supporters of the Partido Popular. Vox apparently has not been asked to join this huge rally, and they're not happy about that because they would like to protest also. So we'll see if any of the former PP supporters that are now in the Vox camp come back to the Partido Popular and decide to rally or demonstrate against the possible amnesty that might be, or possibly granted, I should say, by Pedro Sánchez and company for Mr. Puigdemont and company, Spain's fugitive number one, Carles Puigdemont. Is the caretaker government happy about this? Is Mr. Sánchez happy about this? No. And as we can see here, his party is accusing the PP of inciting civic confrontation and confrontation. The political atmosphere in Spain is heating up as the investiture sessions scheduled for Alberto Núñez Feijóo on the 26th and 27th of September approaches, the outcome of which is more than likely to be negative. The PP's decision to call a street protest in Madrid 2 days beforehand has also stoked the tempers of some of its leaders against the hypothetical amnesty law for pro-independence leaders that Pedro Sánchez's PSOE would be willing to negotiate. The PSOE's parliamentary spokesperson, Patxi López, listened to all these attacks and preventative positions of the Popular Party spokeswoman Cuca Gamarra in his office in Congress on Thursday, and then appeared to accuse the PP of inciting civic confrontation in the face of its inability to be present or to offer Catalonia any place in today's Spain. So that's where we're at. The PP wants to get people into the streets to protest, and the PP and the PSOE is calling it civic confrontation, whatever that means. And I know what you're thinking. People in Spain love to protest, and isn't it a bit strange that the PSOE is challenging the PP to this protest, considering how many protests there have been in the past in this country? And as we can see here in an article from 2021 that we looked at back in the day, Spaniards are the Europeans who demonstrate the most, especially those on the left in Spain. We like to protest. We do it on foot, by car, or even on buses. We do it for feminism, education, health, or against pardons like the one called by Union 78, which will be attended by the PP and Vox. This penchant for expressing our opinions in the streets has earned us an award. We are one of the European countries that demonstrates the most. A world power in demonstrating is Spain, and more people hitting the streets, or at least the PP would like more people to hit the streets and protest this possible amnesty. So there we go. That's where we are at. Another piece of news. Outrage in Spain after man touches journalist's bottom during broadcast. Spanish government ministers have voiced outrage after a male passerby appeared to touch a journalist's bottom as she was broadcasting live, leading to an on-air confrontation seen across the country. Isa Balado, a journalist with broadcaster Cuatro, was delving into the details of a robbery in central Madrid on Tuesday when she was approached by a man. Video shows him reaching one hand out to touch her rear before interrupting her report to ask her what television channel she worked for. As footage of the incident circulated online, people across Spain swiftly weighed in, many of them citing the "Se acabó, it's over" hashtag that has emerged as Spain continues to grapple with the fallout of Luis Rubiales' unsolicited kiss at last month's Women's World Cup medal ceremony. So another incident taking place in Spain, and the video is on the internet for all to see. You can see it in the British press as well today, as we saw there in the Guardian newspaper. And quite clear, the reporter was reporting, doing what she does on the streets, camera in front of her, and a man with sunglasses rocks up behind her and gives her a tap on the derriere, on her backside, on her bot, whatever you want to call it. Bang. And caught on camera, and of course people outraged, as one should be outraged with this type of behaviour going on in broad daylight and during a live television coverage. But at any time of the day, let's be honest, this type of behaviour not appropriate, especially so close to the Luis Rubiales affair, which refuses to leave the press, and something like this pops up. So what type of people are we dealing with in society? Another piece of news here about the iPhone 12, and they're asking the question, given that France has banned it, will it be banned in Spain? Here's what to do if you have one. It's not a good time for Apple. In the middle of the launch of its latest model, France has banned the sale of one of its mobile phone models for emitting dangerous waves above current standards. Specifically, the model is the iPhone 12 in all its ranges. The European Union limits the radiation that can be generated by a mobile phone to 2 watts per kilogram, and in the case of the iPhone 12, it's as high as 5.545 watts. Now, the Organisation of Consumers and Users in Spain, the OCU, is calling for a halt to its marketing in Spain, and for the problem to be solved in devices that have already been sold. An OCU spokesperson believes that Apple will make adjustments to the software of the devices to limit the radiation emission capacity and thus respect the regulations. And although he believes that it is up to the technology company to react and to provide a solution quickly and free of charge, if this is delayed, there are more than enough grounds for the user to ask for the device to be exchanged or returned, says the OCU. So if you are an iPhone 12 user here in Spain and you're worried about the radiation effects, you've got two choices there. Either try and get a refund, or you wait for Apple to update the software according to that person so it will emit lower radiation. Not sure what's happening with the other models, to be honest, whether it's affecting the previous or the models prior to the 12 and models after the 12, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, iPhone 15 was announced just the other day. So Apple in a bit of strife for radiation levels in France, and I'm sure other European unions will follow France in banning the iPhone 12. And the final piece of news for people that are travelling to Spain in the next couple of months, and people living in Spain, if you're interested, the coming autumn, warmer and wetter than normal, could mitigate the drought. Autumn will begin on the 23rd of September at 8:50 a.m. CET. Forecasts indicate that it will be warmer and rainier than normal. This could help to mitigate the strong meteorological drought affecting the Iberian Peninsula as a whole. The spokesman for the AEMET, Rubén del Campo, has advanced these data this Thursday during a press conference led by the third Vice President and Acting Minister for Ecological Transition, Teresa Rivera, to present the advance of autumn forecasts and an analysis of the summer. In recent years, we have been facing longer and harsher droughts, but if the forecasts are confirmed this autumn, this water shortage could be tackled, although a very long period of abundant rainfall would be needed, explained Del campo. And as we can see here, there was also an analysis of the summer, which I'll probably look at in an upcoming live stream, where they said that basically it was the third hottest summer on record, or since records have been kept since 1961, and some parts of the country experiencing record nighttime temperatures. I think Malaga was one of the cities mentioned, and also Tenerife. I think one night in Tenerife it didn't get below 37 degrees Celsius, which is hot for a nighttime temperature. During the day, I don't mind, but at night, 37 degrees, please. Now, into the comment section I'm going to go now. Let me see if I can find the comments here. Let me see if this is the first one. Yes, it is, number 7. From Young Spirit Singing. Stu, I had the chance to re-watch the live stream after it was over. I missed some of the first part. Oh my gosh. I agree with you demonstrating. I agree with you demonstrating as part of democracy. I can see why you wondered if it was a joke regarding the accusation regarding a coup-like attitude. It was weird and ridiculous. Yeah, I thought this at the time, that the PSOE came out fairly strong in their criticism of Mr. Aznar the other day when he called for people to hit the streets. And of course, his former political party listening to Mr. Aznar and calling for this demonstration or rally. And coup-like were some of the words that were being thrown around, and also trying to cause confrontation amongst the Spaniards is the latest speech that's coming out of the PSOE government camp. And people have the right to demonstrate. It doesn't matter what side of politics you are on. You are allowed to go into the street with your signs, make noise. It is a constitutional right. And that's what people are being called to do, whether you're on the right side of politics, which this one is all about, or normally on the left side of politics, because let's be honest, and as we saw before in that article here, especially those on the left are the ones that like to demonstrate here in Spain. Absolutely true. There's virtually not a week goes by when somebody's not demonstrating about something in Madrid. And that's one of the worst things about this city, is that they sometimes shut it down because of these demonstrations, and it's very, very annoying if you're not taking part in the demonstration. I can tell you that. Now, another one here from Outdoor Chilled. Why study or work when you can live for free with mum or dad until you're 30? In Northern Europe, you're out of your parents' house when you're 18, latest 22 in most cases. Difference in the culture, definitely. You'll be considered weird if you still live with your parents at 30. Now, this conversation obviously popped up because of an article that we saw the other day, that there's lots of kids here in Spain leaving school at 16, not deciding to work or study. They just hang around their parents' home, no doubt, because they can't afford to live on their own, especially with the current rent prices. And they're called ninis. And every year when these surveys get published, the country says, why are there so many ninis here? And as Outdoor Chilled points out here, that a lot of young people, not every young person, but a lot of young people, it's still common to live with your parents until you are in your 30s. And I believe this happens in other southern European countries too. So it's not unique to Spain, but northern European countries quoted here as people are out by 18, latest at 22. And I know that that generally happens where I come from as well. People tend to emancipate a lot earlier. There are lots of academic studies on this topic, why people in the south of Europe stay at home longer. You can ask people in the country why this is the case. Some parents will say, well, I want to have my children at home as long as possible. And children, you could say, take advantage of that, or they're just made to feel welcome in the home, which maybe is not the case in some other countries where children are shown the door when they turn 21 or even earlier. There's the door, good luck. And people go out, they become independent earlier. And I think in general that has advantages for the economy. It might be tough for some people, but I think it makes people, I don't know what the exact word would be to describe it, but it makes people more ambitious maybe, and eager to get along on their own and not necessarily under the roof of the padres. Another one here from user, I think this is John. Dear Stuart, Basque is not a dialect. It's the oldest language in Europe. Respect where it's due. Now, I don't know what you're talking about, John, because I didn't say Basque was a dialect. In fact, I looked back at the video to see if I did say it was a dialect, and I didn't. So don't know what you're talking about. And maybe, just maybe, you need to listen a little bit better, my friend. Another one here from another user, Trader Jose's in the US, as is Aldi, German company related to one another, so I've been told. Now, we have the Trader Joe, or Trader Jose, as this person has put it here. Maybe that's the Mexican version, Trader Jose. Just going down to Trader Jose to buy some donuts, the Mexican version, but I think in the US it's called Trader Joe's. And it was pointed out in the comment section that Trader Joe's is only in the States. I think, maybe North America in general, not sure whether it's in Canada, whether it's across the border. But here in Europe, apparently, Aldi is the similar outlet. In fact, I think Aldi or parts of Aldi own Trader Joe's, and that's why when I recently went to an Aldi supermarket, I saw a packet of Trader Joe peanuts. So I imagine that there was a connection there somewhere. So thanks for that person for pointing it out. The Trader Joe mystery is solved, or Trader Jose. Another one here from, I think this is Patrick. Stuart, I returned from my end of summer holiday where I travelled with my dog and a companion in my car around the entire perimeter of Iberia. We began and ended in Lisbon with stops in, I think this is Santiago de Compostela, not San Antonio, don't know where that place is, Santiago de Compostela, Leon, Bilbao, a quick jaunt over to Toulouse, France, then Barcelona, Valencia, Cartagena, Malaga, and lastly the Algarve. That was about 2 weeks, a lot of driving, and an exceptional for the history books adventure. Truly feel like I got to know Spain a lot better and all of its beautiful and different provinces. Yeah, envious I am of you, Patrick, getting those 2 weeks to travel to all of those places here in Spain and Portugal, starting in Lisbon, of course, working your way up to the north of Portugal, crossing the border, no doubt, at Tui, there in Galicia, going up to Santiago de Compostela, maybe A Coruña as well, heading across the top of Spain there to Bilbao, into France, and then back down into Catalonia, and then along the Mediterranean, ending up in the Algarve and Lisbon again, as you said. Envious I am. I would love to do a trip like that, but unfortunately to find 2 weeks to do it is a little bit difficult, and yeah, as you said, with current fuel prices, it would be expensive as well. Another one here from Paul. Hello, Stu. Glad to see you've not floated away with the floods, rain and hail lately. Yeah, it has been a lot of rain, I will say. A couple of weeks ago, we saw those floods to the west of Madrid. Didn't affect this area too much. We got some heavy rain, but nothing like they got on the other side of the city and in parts of Toledo. And I've seen over the last week or so that various parts of the country, I think Valencia experienced floods, Asturias the other day got floods, lots of heavy rainfall, and some people are, as Paul points out here, floating away with the floods. And some people, unfortunately, lost their lives in those West Madrid floods a couple of weeks ago. So, yeah, got to be taken seriously are the heavy downpours, and better to stay indoors, especially if you get a warning on your phone like we got a couple of weeks ago where it told us to stay indoors. But then, of course, some people don't like to listen or have people telling them what to do they? Another one here from Michael, the last one. Spain is so fragmented. The right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing. Spanish politics is a joke. The country isn't working. Now, I'm sure that I could go on to lots of YouTube channels around the world, and I would find similar comments saying that the system's broken, fragmented. The right doesn't know what what did he say here? The right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing. You could probably put 20 or 30 countries into the mix and relate a comment like that to them with the situation that we've got at the moment. I'm not going to name names, but you probably know what I'm talking about. And if you come from a country like that, please let us know in the comment section or the chat section if you think that this also would apply to your country and not only Spain. Fragmented and a joke, basically, the political system. The country isn't working. Well, the country continues to work. I mean, things go on as normal. But, yeah, what can we do? What can we do? Now, 20-minute mark, that means I'm going to go into the chat section. Firstly, I'm going to put the like icon on the screen. We're up to 49 likes, so if you hit it now, you might be like number 50. Bonus number 50. And if we get a lot of support today, you might even be like number 100. So please hit the like button if you can. If you're on a TV, it might be difficult to hit the like button, but if you're on your phone, tablet, computer, the like button is accessible. Now, change the background photo. Also, this one was sent in by Ibor, I think the pronunciation is, in Menorca. Let me just check on the spelling. The spelling was I-V-O-R, but Ibor was the pronunciation, the phonetic pronunciation that was next to Ibor's name. So thanks for pointing that one out so I didn't get the name wrong. And a Menorcan sunset, I believe, as well. I'm sitting in front of the sunset, so I'll just get out of the way quickly so you can catch a glimpse of it. There we go. The sun going down there, just about disappear over the horizon. So another great photo that has been sent through, this time by Eva, as I said. Now, the email address for photos or any other information, because lots of people are sending me, I'll just move the microphone, there we go. Lots of people are sending me articles recently. Thanks for that. Ed sent through a few today. spainspeaksgmail.com is the address. Send them through. And as I said, news articles. I've had lots of interesting articles. One was about Portugal, which caught my attention. In fact, 2 or 3 people sent me the same article about a winery that had a bit of an issue and lost all of its wine. It was running down the streets in a small town in Portugal. That was interesting. So thanks for sending that one through, bringing it to my attention. Now, into the chat section. As I said, let me open it up here. Scroll up to the top, see what's going on. Andrew is the first person that I see in the chat section today. I've also got to get rid of the email address, so I'll just get rid of that. Andrew, the first person that I can see here today. Good evening. Much cooler, London southeast. Hope you are well. Thanks, Andrew, for that. It's starting to cool down in that part of the world, southeast London. Jonathan also coming in, still in New York. Got to get out of this place is the song reference there. Can't remember who sang that song, but I remember the lyrics. Got to get out of this place if it's the last thing we ever do. I'm sure somebody will tell me who the band was back in the 1970s or whenever that song first came out. I think it was it Eric Burdon and the Animals? I think it was. A British band. At least the temps have finally dropped and the air is cool and dry. Thanks for that, Jonathan. Heading back to Uruguay, no doubt. James and Kathy also coming in from Worcester, I think it is, packing the car for the trip to Spain. Looking forward to escaping the dull weather we seem to be having now. Weather changing quickly there in the UK. Starting to head into the more autumn-like weather, no doubt. Also enjoying, they are a bottle of Invertido from Ribera del Duero, one of Spain's premium wine areas up there in the province of Valladolid. And also Burgos, I think, has a bit of the Duero wines, or is that Rioja? Not sure, but anyway, up there, Rioja, Valladolid, I think it is. Gillian coming in here. I hope I'm having a good day. Yes, watching on the phone on the way home so I don't miss. Thanks, Gillian, for that. Eric is also in the chat. Regular viewer Erica coming in from muggy Terrassa there. Cloudy but no rain. Yellow warnings for tomorrow. And Saturday, crossing her fingers. We aren't getting the September rains. Hope everyone is well. Yeah, the rains are holding out in that part of Spain. They seem to be coming thick and fast in other parts of the country, but Catalonia, not so. Frank coming in from Crawley, 22 degrees there. Gigi coming in from an always sunny California, hoping everyone's doing well. Good to see you, Gigi. Gigi back in California from her Camino adventures. Writing another book also is Gigi, so keep an eye out for that one. Jose Antonio is coming in also from the Royal City. What's wrong with that picture? There is something I'm not watching there. Van Morrison is also a teacher of English. Not sure what that comment is about, but we might get to the end of the mystery by the time we finish. Renan coming in from LA saying hello to everyone on the channel. Good to see you again, Renan. John coming in from a warm and sunny southeast London, wishing best regards there too. Alan, buenas, mis amigos, desde el puerto, mucho viento ahora, viento, with an O on the end there. Alan, I presume it's just a typo, but good that your Spanish is coming along there. I'm not sure what level you've got. Maybe you've already got quite an advanced level. I don't know. Thanks, Alan, for tuning in. One of my patrons is Alan on Patreon. Thanks for the support also, Alan. Jose Antonio, I have to miss some of the live. Oh, there we go. Maybe that's a part of the mystery there. Pouring rain and 26 Celsius now. What else? Let's have a look. Mugger was like number 11. Got in early with the like, did Mugger. Thanks for that. Coming in from El Campello. Bronny's coming in also from South Wales, UK. Enjoying the live stream. Best wishes, says Bronny. I saw a YouTube video. They were in the south of Wales. A guy called Bald and Bankrupt. He travels around the world with his bald head and sunglasses, going to some dangerous places. And he was in the south of Wales. It looked nice. I will say, it looked nice. Tobias coming in from a cloudy central Alabama. Long time no see. It is, Tobias. Long time. Hope you are well. Ross coming in from Valencia. 28 degrees there now. How many saw the amazing picture on Facebook of a lightning strike in Valencia from Virginia? Not sure. Let Ross know. Richard also coming in from North Yorks. Was like number 12, just after Mugger. Janet coming in from Cornwall, cloudy there today, down in the south of UK. Where are you exactly, Janet? Are you in, what's the main city in Cornwall? Not sure. Willie coming in as well with dog Oddie. Is that named after Bill Oddie? And listening to me. Thanks for that. Sunny coming in from Basingstoke. Been very warm there today. So warm in Basingstoke. Interesting. Exploring with Jen, like number 23. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Eric is also having some sidra asturiana with patatas bravas. My Asturian friends are already getting annoyed. An interesting event tonight at my end. Will survive. There we go. What else we got going on? Hild, who's actually in charge now here in Spain, says Hild. The caretaker government, Pedro Sanchez and company, all the same faces are there. Lots of familiar faces in the caretaker government. There haven't been any changes. They're all still holding on, trying to hope that they get an extension as well, because I was talking to someone the other day. A lot of the salaries that these politicians get, considering the backgrounds that they come from, they'd never be able to get that in normal jobs. So they like to hold on and get these big salaries. Well, not necessarily huge salaries, but probably, a lot more than they would get doing their normal job. So that's why they're there, trying to hold on to that power. Gail also coming in from Javier down there on the Costa Blanca. An amazing storm last night. Another one forecast on in the small hours of tomorrow. There we go. Shangin coming in from Shanghai. Formerly from Ballarat, if I remember correctly. Pamela also coming in from San Juan de los Terreros. Still warm there. Who can make important decisions? Well, at the moment it's difficult to take important decisions, I think, with the caretaker government. That's the issue. That's why they want to get it sorted out. Mr. Feijóo's going to have a crack in 14 days' time. Then Mr. Sanchez will have a crack. If Mr. Feijóo doesn't get the support he needs, which nobody thinks he will, then Mr. Sanchez will have a crack. And then if those cracks are unsuccessful, new elections. Back to the polls. That's the way we go. Tobias says, just put a contract on a house in Alabama. I couldn't wait any more for the Spanish government to be decided. We'll consider moving there again in a few years. Tobias changed his plans. Kev also coming in. Wait till the citizens of Barcelona and Madrid find out that the C40 cities group will be restricting them to 44 grams of meat a day and 3 items of clothing a year. That'll cause a protest. Yeah, there we go. Don't know what this new movement is all about, but Kev's onto it. Jimmy Bones coming in from a sunny Brighton and Hove, East Sussex. Been a nice sunny day there today. So sunny in East Sussex. There we go. What else? Let's have a look here. What else? Let's have a look. Gino coming in from Toronto. Good to see you, Gino, again, coming in from such a faraway place. Got a discussion going on about necks here as well. Not sure what that's about. What else? What else? Let's have a look. Cleavage is another word that's popping up there, so not sure what that conversation's about. Madrid correspondent, formerly Florida correspondent. Dave is in the chat. Hola todos. I always enjoy when spring comes early. Spring or autumn, Dave? I'm not sure if we're on spring or autumn time here, of course. If you're in Australia, spring. If you're in South Africa, Argentina, Uruguay. But here, don't know. What else we got going on here? James coming in also from Tirol. Makish saying that I've heard some parents in Spain like their kids to be around till later to take care of the chores. Imagine a 35 taking out the bin and returning back to his room to their partner. Ha! Yeah, you might laugh, but I'm sure it happens, Makish. Take out the rubbish while you're there. What's this one here also? No hate on Spanish living at home till late. Certainly save money. That way I moved out when I was 18. Yeah, you save money if you've got a job. If you haven't got a job, you don't save any money, of course. No job, no money. Patrick, waiting for the storm. Doesn't rain very often. Thanks for the info. Thanks for that. Andrew also saying that staying with mum and dad is becoming more frequent here in the UK too. Young people are finding it increasingly difficult to get on the property ladder and rents are extortionate. There we go. So it's not a phenomenon unique to the south of Europe there. Happening too in the UK. More expensive. Can't get out of the parents' home. Simon now in question mark. Lanzarote, I think, is what he wants to say. What else we got going on here? Let's have a look. We got this one here. Hola amigos. Barking dogs everywhere, but no problem. We are still alive. Spain's barking dog problem in, where was that? In Torrevieja. Sunny but windy in Lanzarote is what Simon meant to say there before. Andres in the chat here about Trader Jose's is a higher end version of Aldi. Both are great. They take me back to my 13 years in Germany. Yeah, the Aldi, the German supermarkets, along with Lidl, slowly dominating the world. Alan's saying in Italy, the youngster that doesn't leave home is called a mamone. There we go, because he's obviously mamoniando his mother. What else we've got going on here? Marianne coming in also from San Diego, where there are Trader Joe's and Aldi's. Yeah, well, that's right. The higher end is Trader Joe's, apparently. The peanuts weren't bad, I will say. They weren't bad peanuts. Trader Joe brand. Can't complain. Can't complain. Fragmented is very mild. CUS, says Ross. Well, I didn't want to mention any countries' names, Ross, but you've put it out there. Jacques also here that right and left-hand comment is completely true about South Africa. Here nobody knows what they're doing. There we go. We've got two countries already. Hi, Stu. Hope all well. London has been sunny and warm today, aiming for like number 100. No, we're up to 92, so we're not far off. Peter coming in. Finally made it. Finishing off my wine after dinner. Early dinner there, Peter. Won't have dinner here until about 9 p.m. That's when dinner normally gets done here. And even later for a lot of people. Valeria also coming in on your list. Part, I feel like North America, Canada, US, Mexico. Shambles politically. Little to no PTO. Cost of living is terrible. People are going homeless. Spain is doing good. There we go. Thanks, Valeria, for the input there. Getting some more countries on that list. The Animals, yes. I thought that was the group. Back in the day, the Animals. They had some good songs, if I remember correctly. Theme for US soldiers in Vietnam. There we go. Currently, the US is dysfunctional, says Jose. Yep, that's what I've been hearing. Barbara's also in the chat. Buenas tardes from Sorrento in Italy. Good to see you, Barbara. Good to see you. What else? Alan's only A2. I thought you had a high level, Alan. With that sentence looked well constructed, except for the O not missing on the end. But it was a good sentence. Only A2. Keep practicing. Keep going. Get up to that B1, B2. That's the level to aim for, I would say. Rory coming in from El Terreno, Palma. Good to see you. Jules coming in from London. Muggy there in the south. Opened a bottle of Izaguirre Vermouth I brought back recently. There we go. Vermouth. Leica Izaguirre. I think it's a Madrid brand. Not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'll check it out on the bottle. I have seen it here in supermarkets and also in bars that specialise in that drink. Andrew also was saying that Alan more advanced than A2. There we go. Alan's Spanish coming along nicely. Joseph coming in from Arizona. Closing on a house sight unseen in the Jaén area soon. Nervous but excited to be a property owner in Spain. Your vlogs on the political climate have been very helpful. Yeah, Joseph, thanks for that. Glad you like it. Yeah, so you haven't been to see the house at all? Have you got somebody there to walk you through it, maybe with a camera so you can check things out? I suppose the real estate agent would have done that. But good luck with your move. Good luck. Hope all goes well. Welsh Toto coming in a bit late, but a big hola to everybody. Stephen coming in from a cloudy North London. So was it sunny in the south, cloudy in the north? Big city. Big city. Patrick saying important decisions from the government. LOL, no change there. No. No change there at all. What else? Let's have a look here quickly. Not anything new. Let me have a look. Spar supermarkets are popular in the UK. Spar, yeah, they're popular in Galicia, I think. I haven't seen them here in Madrid, but I know that in Galicia there is a Spar supermarket, quite prominent there. El Davido, David coming in. Woohoo, 90% chance of rain tonight. It's people hanging out for some rain. Spar is German, according to Jose Antonio. Pretty sure. Sells wild meat in South Africa. What? Sells wild meat in South Africa. There we go. Learn a lot on this channel. Learn a lot. Learn a lot. Now, I'm going to wrap the live stream up. I've come to the end. We hit the 100 like mark, 102 to be exact. So thank you very much for that. Greatly appreciated. I'll be back again on Sunday with another live stream. Hope to see you there. Thanks for participating tonight. Thanks for chatting away in the chat section. Thanks for saying hello. It was great to see everyone. And as I said, back on Sunday. Most likely I'll have some other videos out in the meantime. But if not, Sunday will be the next video on the channel. So hasta luego. Hasta entonces. Adiós. Buenas noches.